So, welcome back to another episode of The Boring Wisdom. In this one, we'll be understanding all about how to overcome procrastination and master the technique of time management. So, let me ask you a simple, very basic question. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by your to do list? When you look at your to do list, you have 10 tasks, maybe 20 tasks. If you are trying to be an Elon Musk kind of guy, you have 20 things on your to do list every single day, and how much do you get accomplished? Maybe one, two, three, that's it. So, I have brought you a simple yet one of the most powerful books that I found in the regions of productivity, which is Eat That Frog. So, the author Brian Tracy from Eat That Frog offers 21 proven methods to help you tackle procrastination, focus on what truly matters, and how you can possibly take control of your time. So, what we learn from Eat That Frog is the biggest and most challenging task and how to unlock your productivity potential. So, let's explore how this simple approach can transform the way you work. Eat that frog. It sounds a little bit off. It sounds a little bit weird, right? Eat that frog? What does that even mean? So, Brian Tracy, the author of this book, introduces the idea of eating a frog as a metaphor for tackling the biggest and most important task first. Say, for example, you have two plates in front of you. One plate is filled with dessert and all the delicious stuff, and another plate with a frog. So, which one will you eat first? You want to finish your meal with the tasty stuff. You don't want to finish your meal with a frog, right? So you'll tackle the most significant, impactful stuff first. So it's all about focusing your energy on high priority work instead of procrastinating with easier, less meaningful tasks. So Eat That Frog is pretty simple. Do the hardest thing first, and the low priority stuff and less meaningful task later on in the day if you have time. If you don't have time, let them be. So once you have figured out what frog do you want to eat, like what task you want to accomplish, now you have to go towards the 80-20 rule. So Tracy, the author of this book, emphasizes on 80-20 rule. 20% of the input, 80% of the output, which is the 20% of the work that I can do, which will give me 80% of the results. You have to identify that. Sit down and actually identify those critical tasks and delegate your energy to them. Start each day by making a list and asking yourself which of these tasks will have the greatest positive impact if I complete them first. So, once you have the answer, just do those things and just get rid of all of the other stuff. Eliminate all the rest. So, once you start this practice, it becomes a habit to you. And you have to understand that this is your secret weapon. Planning is your secret weapon against procrastination. So, always, every single day, take 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the day and outline your goals for the next day. Use this technique like maybe time blocking to allocate specific hours for the most critical task that you have to accomplish, and apply the Eat That Frog. Basically, first thing in the morning, and create the time blocks like 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 10 to 12, or these kinds of blocks. And remember, a plan creates momentum that gives you a clear roadmap to follow. When you know when you are going to do it, where you are going to do it, then you will do it more effortlessly. So have a sense of clarity, because clarity is the key. Your success will start with a plan. So just sit down and actually plan everything that you are going to do. Now I'm going to give you an interesting and one of my favorite stuff from this book, a simple task management tool which will help you prioritize like a pro. So this is basically called as the ABCDE method, which helps you organize tasks based on their priority. So A is critical task, must be done first. B is important but not critical task. C is nice to do task. D, task that can be delegated. And E is the task to eliminate entirely. So all you have to understand is start with task A and avoid B and C until your top priorities are done. So you have to understand that A, the critical task must be done, are supposed to be in the A list, and B is important but not critical task. That can be your psychology assignments, or maybe watching this YouTube tutorial or something like that. C, nice to do task, maybe learning something or listening to like philosophy or something like the bullshit like that. Nice to do task, it feels nice listening to philosophy, songs, mindfulness activities, maybe. Then the D task that can be delegated, maybe emails reading or something like that. Task to eliminate entirely, social media and everything. So all you have to do is just list out and organize your task based on their priorities. Complete the A1 first and avoid the B and C until you are done with the A's part. This will basically help you focus on one thing at a time, because all you have to understand is multitasking spreads your attention thin and reduces your efficiency, because your brain is not designed for multitasking. Instead, practice single tasking. Choose one high priority task and eliminate all the distractions and work on until it's done. This focused approach leads you to faster and better results over time. So all you have to do is just figure out 3 things that you're going to do, and if you figure out just 1 or 2 things, that's even better. Just 1 or 2 things a day, and that's it, you're sorted. Just focus on those 2 high priority tasks and eliminate all the rest of the distraction, and you'll see how fantastic results you'll produce in your game. Now the interesting stuff is leverage your energy cycles. So when you are at your best, you have to understand and optimize your peak productivity hours. So actually you have to sit down and actually analyze yourself over weeks or maybe sometimes even months. It takes time to identify your most productive hours and schedule your frog accordingly. So your energy level fluctuates throughout the day. So you have to identify when you are most alert and use that time for your hardest tasks, your frogs. So save your low energy periods for less demanding activities like responding to emails, organizing your workspace, or things like that. So all you have to understand is, maybe say for example, you're a morning person. You wake up early in the morning and you are really high energetic at that time. So do your frog task, the hardest task and the most important task at that point of time. If you are say night person, you are really energetic at night. So put your frog at night. This is how you operate. This is how you optimize your peak productivity hours. You use your peak productivity hours for the frog task. So now when you're working a lot, you will encounter procrastination a lot. But all you have to understand is you have to practice creative procrastination. So now, procrastination creatively, that sounds really weird, right? There are multiple different types of procrastination, but we're going to talk about creative procrastination. Every procrastination isn't bad. Tracy, the author of this book, suggests you intentionally procrastinate on less important tasks to free up your mind and energy for what truly matters. So all you have to do is review your to-do list and identify the low priority items that can wait or to be skipped altogether. So just take your to-do list and see how much work you have to do. 10 tasks, then just figure out the things that are really low priority items, like just watching this YouTube video, or maybe checking out this application, doing this particular thing, that particular thing. Just skip it all. Skip it all. Then the next point is develop self-discipline. Self-discipline is just like a muscle. It is really weak at the beginning, but as you practice it, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. So you have to build this habit by committing to small daily actions, like starting your day with the most important task, starting your day with making your bed. Every single day, you just do it. You just continuously do it for a long enough period of time until it becomes a habit, until it becomes automatic to your neural pathway. So over time, all of these small habits that you consistently do, like making your bed or drinking 3 liters of water, working out every single day, these small wins add up to make discipline an automatic part of your routine, that you just do it because you're disciplined towards it. This is how you have to schedule your important task in your day, just like a habit that you have. And you have to consistently do it for a long enough period of time, because consistency beats motivation in every single universe. So now that we've talked about all the theoreticals, like how do you schedule, prioritize, and all of those things, now let's just talk about the tools that will help you boost your productivity. So all you can use is simple time management applications like Trello, Asana to keep tracks of your priorities, right? And then time tracking tools that will help you identify inefficiency in your workflow. However, you have to remember this, that these tools are only effective as the habits you build around them. So make sure you download maybe Trello or Asana or some time tracking tools which can help you basically identify how much efficient you are at your workspace. So today's takeaway from this episode is that productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters the most. So start your day with clarity, focus on high impactful tasks, and don't let procrastination hold you back. Take actions now and identify your frog and start eating it today. So hit the like button. If you liked it, hit the dislike button. If you didn't like it, if you want to watch more content like this, then make sure you subscribe. And see you in the next one.